So I think I've seen this movie before, many, many years ago. I had to do it probably for a class, I'm pretty sure. But I'm still gonna keep it as a first time reaction because I did not remember any of this at all. And I only caught it or semi remembered it when I was doing the editing, like at the very, very end of this. And at the very end of the editing process, I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I have watched this. And I'm only 90% sure, in the 90s at least, with yes, I've seen this before, and I think I remember where and what class too, but I'm just not 100% sure. If you guys do have a problem with the um, titling of this video, I'll just switch it over to commentary and reaction and change basically the thumbnail. But since I hadn't seen it in so many years and didn't even remember it. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys a heads up that I have probably seen this before. So let me know what you think about that and what I should do about the titling of this video. And we'll go from there. I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new, welcome. Today we are watching For a Few More Dollars. I have no idea what this movie is going to be about, except that it is a Western because I pulled it up. I wonder if we're gonna get some famous actors that I know the names of, but probably I've never watched any of their stuff, like Clint Eastwood or um I want to say Jesse James, John Wayne, maybe. I have no idea. As you guys can probably tell, I haven't watched too many westerns. The westerns I have watched are stuff like Back to the Future 3 and one other one that I can't remember the name of right now. But I haven't found a western that I'll actually, that I've actually loved and loved to sit down and watch over and over and over again. But I'm kind of so-so on the genre itself, just because it seems predictable. I know that sounds kind of bad, but um, and I guess it's just because it's the tropes that come with the genre of a western. I think that's the reason why I don't like the western genre as much, or find it kind of so-so, is just because I kind of already know the tropes that you would typically hear about a western. So I'm giving it a shot today, but I do find that this title to be pretty interesting. Um, for a few more dollars, I believe. Well, it is actually the title of the film, but I just find that interesting, and I know I shouldn't be going off of you know, the title alone because of the old saying of "Don't judge a book by its cover." Well, that's kind of what I'm doing with this film a little bit, is kind of judging the book, kind of judging the film by its title. So, without any further delay, I think we should just hop into For a Few More Dollars. Um, 1965. And I remember to turn subtitles on, I think. Hmm. For a few more dollars. It's Clint Eastwood. So that is a name I recognize, but I don't know why he's a household name. I just know that he is. Oh, you're not gonna shoot this one? Okay. Kind of did at the end there and made this one a little bit slanted. I kind of like that, honestly. Oh, I really liked that. I really liked the zigzag, and then he managed to get him. That was kind of cool. Kind of like that quote there.
Tickets?
Is this far to Tucumcari?
We should pass there in about 3 or 4 minutes.
I couldn't help hearing you're going to Tucumcari. I peddle goods around here, and I better tell you you're on the wrong train. I think the nearest stop to Tucumcari is Amarillo. By getting off at Santa Fe and returning by way of Amarillo, you should be able to get right where you're going. The train doesn't stop at Tucumcari.
Cities or towns, I'm sorry, towns that I've heard of before.
This train will stop at Tucumcari.
His voice sounds so familiar.
Why'd you stop? Something going wrong?
Somebody pull the emergency cord.
Hey, mister, you just can't pull the emergency cord and jump off. Tell me, why'd you stop that train?
I did get off. Thanks.
I did get off. Added a couple more zeros to it.
Guy passed by here in person and had it on those 2 zeros. He said, a measly $1,000 for me is much too little. I'm worth a lot more than that. There isn't anyone got the guts to face that killer, eh?
He does. That's for sure.
At least, it's been that way till now.
You changed your tune real quick.
Where is he? Huh?
Yeah, bartenders, I would assume, would have more information than most folks.
I've no idea where he'd be today.
I love that. Just the close up on the eyes and him just looking up. Just kind of subtle gestures like that. I wonder if that would actually work. I mean, of course it did, but I mean, just shooting the door and kicking it then. I know I'm asking a lot of kind of rhetorical and dumb questions, but still. He left his jacket there. Or duster, I forget what it's called. Or trench coat.
Came for this.
Nice headshot.
There you are, $1,000.
What do you know about Kavanaugh?
About a week ago, he was seen at White Rock. Somebody else dropped in to see me about him.
Why would you tell him that?
His name is, Manco.
Hey, Disco, you shouldn't have told him anything about that. It's not good business.
You know Baby Kavanaugh? Tell me, you know where I can find him?
He's got his back to you.
Thanks.
It's actually kind of cool and a little bit disturbing and disgusting, but it's still kind of cool. I don't know what game they're playing, what type of poker or anything, because the only poker I know how to play is Texas Hold'em, so which type of poker, if that is poker that they're playing. He's only fighting with one arm and taking out the trash, more or less.
Alive or dead, it's your choice.
Live or dead, it's your choice. And that's why he was only fighting with one hand. His other hand was on his gun.
$52,000. It's a lot of money. Takes me 3 years to earn it.
Tell me, isn't the sheriff supposed to be courageous, loyal, and above all, honest?
Tell you what, I'm gonna take the badge and I'm gonna do your job for you.
You people need a new sheriff.
You know what? I like the spurs. I think they were originally used to help control the horse, but also for like possibly having to do with the dirt and stuff as well. But don't quote me on that, guys, because I do not know. I might actually have to look that up after this movie to see what they were actually used for. That is a nice shot.
Hasta luego, amigo.
First part of that, I don't know what that means. The second part, I know is friends, but I've heard it before. I only speak English, okay? And even then, my English isn't that good.
Rodriguez, senor.
And it's iconic with the genre. It's had either 3 or 4 shots even after the first one.
You. Come along. I'm letting you leave, hero. That's so you can tell everybody you've seen what takes place here.
So he's gonna be the villain for the remainder of the movie. $10,000. Dead or alive.
You took money to put me behind bars. You should have killed me when you could. Would be better for you. How old is the boy?
He's 18 months now.
Just the time that I was in jail. Outside. Please let him go. I'm sure you hate me just enough.
I knew it was either gonna be one or the other. It's either gonna let him go or he was gonna kill them both.
This time you'll have a chance to shoot me, but not in the back.
Why are you giving him this opportunity?
When you hear the music finish, begin. Or do you think you can?
This is the second Mexican standout that we've had. Yes, I did stutter there. Ooh, I like that. In the music, but I was talking about the lip quivering. So apparently we're going by the organ now. Well, it came back in.
I'm looking for a first-class bank. Now, what would be the most impossible bank for me to rob?
The one bank I would suggest is the Bank of El Paso. Not even Indio would dare to attack that one.
He doesn't seem to be amused.
My name is Fernando. The stable is right here, and that is your hotel.
I have 50 cents here for you if you'll let me know when anybody you've never seen before here in El Paso comes to town.
At the hotel, senor. A stranger just came out of there.
Where's he staying?
Pay me for the information.
The hotel.
So we got a full $1 for that.
I want the room right above.
I'm sorry, it's occupied.
By who?
Check the register.
I'm surprised that they
Senor Martinez.
are willing to give out information so willingly. I mean, it does make sense that they have the
It's free
registry
now.
there, but
That room is taken.
it should be for their eyes only.
He's tall, isn't he?
She's in love, or at least fascinated by him.
I want my bill before he comes down here. Give me my
Oh,
bill.
no, there's no
I've got
need to check.
I don't wear them.
I'm honored that you thought of me. Thank you.
That's one way to ring a bell.
A bank at El Paso. Nino is the safe.
Which weighs 3 tons and can't be opened with dynamite.
Let's say you've already killed the 2 cashiers and the manager. And for the next few minutes, you're the boss of the bank. To blast open that damn iron safe, we'd have to be using so much dynamite. And besides, presence of a safe alone doesn't always signify that there is money inside.
Very insightful, actually.
Once upon a time, there was a carpenter.
Is he going with
Because he was
Jesus
a
was a
builder of
carpenter?
safe, who decided he must have his iron safe disguised to look like a wood cabinet. The banker goes to our carpenter for the job. The carpenter's in El Paso. He happens to walk into the bank there. And what does he find? The cabinet. It was this crazy idea to put his hands on the money inside. Get in there and grab all the money. His good fortune stopped that day. He ran into me. The money isn't in the safe, it's right in this. Almost $1 million in it.
When the bank is closed, an armed guard always remains here, and a patrol is on guard outside. To try robbing us would be so futile that only a complete fool would attempt it.
Or a complete madman.
And we're gonna get that by the end of this movie. We'll find out who is actually mad.
Another stranger in town?
Yes, and I know something else.
Listen to me. I want to know how many men there are altogether.
Well, there were 2. Now there's 2 more.
Where?
In the saloon.
I always wondered about stuff like that. They're able to light a match. That was a good shot right there. Nice facial expression.
The hunchback didn't shoot you. He had a very, very important reason, that's all.
I was thinking that myself.
One, 2, 3.
7, 28, 29, and 33.
I think they were. The guys walking around the building were casing the joint. That's cool.
I don't know him. I don't know him. I don't know him.
Come on now, you know everybody.
Well, there was a time when I knew everybody. That was a long time ago. One day, someone from the railroad comes here to see me. And he says, Prophet, the railway's gonna go right past your house. Sell your land to the company or else we'll buy Baker's. He lives next to your place. Now put the tracks in, that'll make you go crazy. What do you say? Will you sell out to our company, Prophet?
Yeah, I would not want to live there.
You said no.
You're right about that.
But he was right about one thing, which is the train passing through.
Wanted to find out about this man. It's obvious you don't know anything.
No need to be insulting. That's all you came here to do. You can clear out of my house fast before I lose my temper.
Well, he was just about to get up and walk off anyway.
I know the man you're trying to find out about. Of course I know him. He's Colonel Douglas Mortimer. He was known as the
Kinda
best
reminds
shot
me
in the
of
Carolinas.
A puppet from.
Now he's reduced to being a
The
bounty
Muppets, I
killer,
think.
same as you.
That was a nice shot.
Take it to the station.
Hold it. Take it back.
Take it to the station.
Who's he gonna listen to? Gotta say, I really like the lights off their face. They're, you know, half dark and half light on their face. Watch, he's gonna shoot it again. I didn't even need to see that before it happened. I knew that was gonna happen. He does it a third time and it's gonna be impressive. Yep. I don't think there'll be a fourth. I could be wrong though. And I was wrong. That was a really good shot right there. That might be the thumbnail. I don't know. He might be toying with him just a little bit. He might not be. That was 6. I think he shot 5 times.
How can somebody in my business go around with a contraption like this?
I've reached almost 50 years of age with my system.
When I get my hands on Indio and that $10,000, I'm gonna buy myself a little place, possibly retire.
But you forget one small detail.
What's that?
I want to get my hands on Indio, too.
Is that a proposition?
Mm-hmm. An equal partnership. Well, I can think of 3 reasons. First is, there's 14 of them.
A lot for me.
No small number, even for 2 of us. The second reason is you could make it 15 to 1. Don't forget, I want to play in this game, too. When 2 hunters go after the same prey, they usually end up shooting each other in the back, and we don't want to shoot each other in the back.
Very true.
Then the colonel dies.
You can have the reward for Indio. And I'll take the reward for the rest of the band.
No. All wrong. No, Indio's worth $10,000, but the rest of the band adds up to much more than that. There's a few more that'll add up to more than that, I'm sure.
How do you know that?
I have my information, Colonel.
Yeah, I was gonna say that kind of adds up to evenness, but he says that there's more, there's more.
One of us will have to join Indio's band.
Why are you looking at me when you say one of us?
Because they don't know you. Wild sees me and his humble catch on fire. But I'd suggest you take him Sancho Perez, friend of Indio's. He's cooling off in Alamogordo jail.
Were you ever young?
And just as reckless as you. Then one day something happened. Made life very precious to me. The question isn't indiscreet. But the answer could be.
True. Seeing the past a little bit. Like that's gonna save him. I mean, it works, but it's still, I don't think it would actually help.
He got me out. Man's a friend of mine. Amigo, why did you help me out?
Such a big reward being offered on all you gentlemen that I thought I might just tag along on your next robbery. Might just turn you into the law.
Give him the truth. We liked a different one. Does that actually work? I know I asked that before.
You arrived just in time, too. The job is already set. Blackie, Chico, Paco, and you, amigo, will rob the bank in Santa Cruz. Shoot, kill, get every gun in the area after you. Especially those from El Paso.
I would like that. I could only hear out to the right, basically the right cup of the headphone.
If there's gonna be any shooting, I gotta get my rest.
I like that too. If there's gonna be any shooting, then I need my rest.
That story yesterday, I fell for it. Big joke, wasn't it, amigo?
Who said I was joking?
I don't get that. If it's true.
Too bad you have to die.
I was gonna say he was quick to get out of there, but now I understand why. You gotta be there at Santa Cruz.
Indio and his band have just robbed a bank here in town. Why don't you just sit down and send out the alarm to El Paso and the rest of the towns around here and warn them, right?
But, mister, I didn't hear any shots at the bank, and I sure would have.
You might hear one.
How does he know he's typing, sending out the right code? Or code message. I was thinking of Morse code.
Easy now.
Look, the telegraph wires.
Those were nice shots. That's actually kind of interesting. I liked the shot right there. So much for being inside the bank and having the help and support that you needed.
I'm going after him, I'm going alone. Our partnership is dissolved. I've been reasonable with no results.
Now take it easy. We only knew the Santa Cruz part of his plan.
I have an appointment with Indio, and I'm not going to let anyone else interfere.
You're certain about that?
That's right, Colonel.
All right, in that case, I'm sorry. That's not bad. One man returns, a new man, without a scratch. Indio's no idiot. And don't forget that as of today, the whole gang is worth $40,000 more.
This is a little bit more complicated than I thought, or a little bit more intriguing. So your plan is to shoot it to death.
And the others dead?
Yeah. After Santa Cruz, we headed for El Paso, and they hit us from all sides.
You did your part of it.
Which way we headed?
North.
Seems like a good place for an ambush to me.
Right to the border?
Yeah, they'll never expect you to cross the border now that the alarm's been sent.
Think we'll head east. That's Agua Caliente.
Here we are. We just cut to it.
They don't like strangers.
No. They don't like anybody.
Go into town alone, amigo.
That was also a good shot. Would be the third. Or can he defeat 3 of them from this far of a distance? Nice cuts right there, so I don't have to do it.
I figured you'd tell Indio to do just exactly the opposite of what we agreed. And he's suspicious enough to figure out something else.
If it isn't the smoker. Remember me, amigo? Of course you do. El Paso.
Small world.
On your feet. Count to 3.
3! Stop it! Who are you?
I'm the one who can open the safe for you. Open that safe and you're going to destroy half the banknotes. I can open it without blowing it up.
How does that work? What do they put inside there that would destroy half the banknotes?
What'll it cost?
5,000.
2 I'll pay you.
5.
That's kind of cool. I don't know what that is, but that's cool that it's kind of gives you a smoke effect and stuff. Or would it be what's it called?
Keep your hands off it. It's easy to steal. The trouble is in keeping the loot. Now every man in New Mexico is after us.
Freezing ice or something like that.
We're going to wait here for an entire month if I think it's necessary. Then everybody will get his share. And you'll wait a month to get your money.
Naturally.
All right. Right here.
What's he doing?
I was worried about you. All alone with so many problems to solve. It's all right here.
Uh-oh.
You shouldn't have shot the apples of that tree.
That's kind of disturbing because ever since this scene has started, all you hear is the laughter in the background, pretty much, besides the people getting smacked around. Now everyone else joins in.
What's he doing now, the sheriff of El Paso?
Right now, looking for the cash that was in the bank.
Suppose he finds the bodies of these men just outside El Paso, with lots of money on them. What will the sheriff think?
Change of plans.
Indio wants you.
I'm thinking he's just doing this not because said anything, but because he just wants more money from for his share, basically.
It's not loaded.
Why is he helping him all of a sudden?
I think you should get out fast now. Here's your guns without bullets. And listen, don't you let Indio find you both around.
Duck.
Why are you doing this?
How long have you known that Monco's a bounty killer?
I found out tonight. Why?
I knew he was one from the first moment he arrived.
Ah. So.
The other one's also a bounty killer. Those men are a lot better than mine with a gun. So we let all of them get mixed up in a gun battle. But that won't really matter to me, and we'll have all the money.
So, he knew about that plan going forward. He was just following Inio's orders, if I'm saying that correctly.
Who did it?
Why don't you look at the knife?
It's mine.
And it shouldn't be there, should it?
Wow, they are manipulative.
But I didn't kill him, Indio. I didn't do it.
It's difficult to prove that. One of the horses is outside. Let's see if you can get to it.
And he's gonna make sure that he doesn't.
Uchilio. Just kill Slim. He helped those two bounty killers get away. Tell you they must both be killed right away.
That was quite the setup right there.
Here, Nino. Indio. Oh.
Not a bad idea, Indio.
Leave Indio to me.
All right.
Looking for the money.
Where in hell is it?
I have a plan, Cock.
You made the boys ride on out to make sure that they're both killed and fast.
I'm not as dumb as the rest of them, Indio.
One in the chamber. That was good. I like the quick zoom close up. That's kind of sweet. Smart, but also when would you have time to actually do that?
I can see that it means a lot to you, Indio.
Why?
His sister probably got killed or something. Oh. She shot herself.
Indio! Douglas Mortimer! Does the name mean anything to you?
I bet it does, based upon that reaction. That was a good catch.
When the chimes end, pick up your gun.
I wonder if I'm gonna be able to play the music. For this one, we do have a little bit of a little bit more music or instruments in the background to go along with this. This time. And it started again. Well, that would have given him enough time to get his weapon and shoot Indio.
Very careless of you, old man. Try this. Now we start.
Now we start. Did he miss? No.
Seems to be a family resemblance
between brother and sister.
So they were brother and sister?
You mean we've become rich, old man?
No, it's all for you. I think you deserve it.
What about a partnership?
Maybe next time.
$22. $27.
The End, released through United Artists. So I'm noticing a lot of these movies, at least in the 60s, released through United Artists. And apparently United Artists is a lot bigger than I thought it was. I just got done watching for a few more dollars again after editing it. And there are two revelations that I made, or that I think that I made during this. And that one is, I think I've actually seen this before. I'm like 90% sure that I have made this before, or made this before, but have seen this before. And I believe it's one of the films I actually had to watch for a class. And I really didn't recognize it, or that realization didn't come to me until after I was editing it. And the part that made me realize it is actually the thumbnail of this video, which is very interesting that I didn't recognize it until like the very, very end of this. I had a suspicion when Nino died with the knife, not with the knife in his back. And then it kind of got confirmed during the final Mexican standoff. So that was kind of interesting, but I'm still not 100% sure. So this is going to be still title it as a first time reaction unless you guys tell me that, hey, no, you need to change this to reaction and commentary because you've seen this before. Um, and I'm probably going to, I will do kind of a short intro segment and say, hey, I think I've seen this before, but I'm not 100% sure. Would you guys like me to change it? But that was very interesting. The second thing that caught my eye watching it and actually watching it for a second time, not during the editing process, but actually watching it again, was the fact that there was 2 Lockets. I did not pick up on that for the first time. I did not catch that. But there are actually 2 Lockets, and it kind of made me wonder how Mortimer had the second one or the first one, depending on how you want to phrase it. But I wonder how he is connected to the main villain in this. And I don't want to say his name because I'll mess up his name with Nino, because they are very similar sounding, at least to me. And so I'm just gonna call him basically the main antagonist in this. And did a lot of bad things. For one, killing a family for basically letting him rot in jail, which is understandable under those circumstances. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying that given what happened and the way he felt about it, I could understand why he would do such an awful thing to a former gang member of his and that sort of thing. But anyway, going back to the Locket thing, I think, yeah, it's just something that I missed and that I wish I had caught. I still don't know who that guy is that's actually in the bed with the sister. That might be Mortimer, but that might not be, because I think the one that that actually walks in on him is the main protagonist, which I'm pretty sure about, which leads me to the fact that it was basically incest. Once you get later in the film, you realize that there was incest going on, and that's why she shot herself, more or less. But there's other reasons that she could have, but more than likely, he got jealous that she was seeing another guy besides him, and that could have happened. And the reason why it's incest is because they had said that there's a family resemblance of them being brother and sister. At least that's the way I took it. Maybe you guys have a different read on that than I do, but that's the way I took it, is that the main leader of the gang and the woman are brother and sister. Watching it a second time, I didn't really get. I still got that same sense that they're brother and sister, but I could see how somebody might say, no, they're not brother and sister, but it kind of leans that way. I completely understand that. I did look into the Spurs thing because I said I would, and from what Mr. Google says, that they are actually used to control horses. And in the reaction, I said as much, but I wasn't 100% certain that that's what that's for. It turns out that that's what it's for, besides other things. But that's the primary use for them. Also, I think I cut it out of the reaction, but I thought that Mortimer was a bank teller for some reason at the beginning of this. And he wasn't a bounty hunter, which is interesting. And I kind of course corrected myself with yeah with watching it, and I kind of caught it in the edit is yeah, he's not a bank teller, he's actually another bounty hunter. And for sure, I thought it was Clint Eastwood because again, going back to the famous names and things, Clint Eastwood is synonymous with the Western genre, and so is the other names that I brought up uh during the intro of this. But um but apparently he's actually younger and not older in this anyway. So I really had a good time with this movie, as you guys can probably tell with just uh the story of this, and not really the main plot of this, because it's just kind of about a bank robbery being the main plot, but the the story of the gang leader's backstory and him being connected to the colonel, to Mortimer in some way, was really fascinating and really interesting to watch. I will say that I really enjoyed the editing and how they put this together, but that really didn't come in until the actual bank heist itself. Like the scene right before the bank heist, like they were leading up to it, I really liked the tricks and stuff they used to actually hide the shots of how they actually put this together. And they also had some very beautiful shots too. One thing I will say too, and I think the reason was why I don't, and the reasons why I think the Western genre uses this so much is the long take is because they do that to build tension and stuff, which is what you need, which is one of the ways you build, which is one of the ways you can build tension. And I like the long take too myself, but it is at times a little bit grating when you just wait for actions to happen. Uh, Especially on the first or second watch through. One is just because yes, you do like to see that the first time, but if it's too long, then it's kind of like I just want to see what happens. And also the second time through, it's like, well, I already know what happens, so I really don't need this long tension break since I already know what happens. Um, and I think that's just one of those things for the genre itself is that the genre uses that a lot or overuses it. Now, like I've said in the intro, I've not watched a lot of Westerns, but I think that the long take is actually part of the genre itself. I could be wrong in that. I could be completely off base with that. You guys are more than welcome to correct me in the comments about that if you guys so wish to. Again, this is just one of the criticisms, I guess you could say, that I have, or the reasons why I feel so, like I've said in the intro, about the genre itself. But I will say that you know, it's hard to get me to sit down and watch a Western, but once I'm actually watching a Western, I actually find myself enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would, for the most part. There are, with every genre, there's, movies that are not just not good in my opinion, and that goes for every genre. So every genre has its, flops or duds or whatever, but like I've said, me and this genre just have a kind of I wouldn't say a, uh, a love relationship, but a so-so relationship. With that being said, I really do like this movie. For the previous reasons I mentioned, and I'd I would sit down and watch this again. In fact, I've probably seen this movie before, like I've said, but I'm just not 100% certain. So with all that being said, guys, do consider like, commenting, and subscribing. If there's anything that I had missed that you would want me to talk about, in the outro, do let me know, and we can have a discussion about the thing that you wanted me to talk about in the comments down below, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you, guys.